All right, am I in, Jimmy? All right, buddy. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another night of whiskey, cars, and cigars. I hope everyone had a outstanding Thanksgiving. I had a really good Thanksgiving. I am a little bit trying to get some of this stuff done. I am a little bit under the weather. I got a cold. Sandy Thibodeau's joined. Thank you, Miss Sandy, for joining. But anyway, welcome everybody to Whiskey, Cars, and Cigars. Like I said, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Coming to you live on TuneIn Satellite and Armed Radio. You can also catch my show on Facebook, Twitter, and Periscope that are streaming live right now under the Whiskey, Cars, and Cigars page with playbacks on iHeartRadio and Spreaker, Spreaker.com, and a ton of other places. The videos, I think, are up on YouTube. Let's see. Last week, we had a great show. We had Jeff Biggin, the owner of the ADRL, American Drag Racing League, called in. We had the fastest man in drag racing, Clay Milliken, top fuel driver, called in last week. So it was a pretty good show. So, if you missed that, you can jump back on our pages and listen and watch or do whatever you want to do. Let's see. I've got Ken Thibodeau's in the house. So I hope that I wonder if Miss Sandy and Ken are sitting on two different chairs watching me on their phones, but that's good if they are. I see my buddy Frederick Roseman is in the house. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think I found something that the grandkids came in this weekend, and as 2- and 3-year-olds do, I think they bought the bug with them. But anyway, Jeff Biggin was a great guy. He was a great person to have on. We're going to have him on some more, and Larry Morgan and some other people with the ADRL. John Sowers is going to be on, and we're just going to have a bunch of people on and a bunch more interviews. Not really taking any calls tonight just because I just can't do it. Too much juggling stuff, and I just feel really, really bad. I have no cigars tonight. I have no moonshine tonight. I'm talking a little slower than I usually do tonight. Oh, there went a thumbs up. But I do have coffee, and I did take Benadryl. So hopefully I can clean this up a little bit. My head's awful stopped up, but we're going to see what we can do. Let's see. That's going to be a tough show to follow with what I did last week. But we're going to kick it up and see what we can do. If you are on Facebook, please click over to the Adrian Fury Dragster page. They just renamed it from the Adrian's Trilogy Dragster to the Adrian's Fury Dragster. So please click that link and share it so we can get some more people. I need more people on that page. And also you can look at the events we have scheduled for the Dragster so far for 2018. The year is filling up pretty fast. We will be adding convention dates as well as other appearances as they come in. If you would like to book a Dragster for an event, you can click the Book It Now tab. And I think we've got a couple of those that have come in the last few weeks that we're evaluating. Always like to send a big shout out to the man who's probably going to help me make it through this show tonight, my producer, Jimmy Bell in Boston, Massachusetts, and Paul Daniels. You can catch their show on Thursday night, Pot Talk, Politically Offensive Talk. And I just, with all the news that has been going on today, I've actually got to catch Pot Talk tomorrow night because it's going to be monumental. I really look forward to it. That's at 8 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock Central time. And, add an hour or take an hour away the further west you go. Excuse me for just a minute. Hopefully I won't have to do that a lot, but I'm afraid I'll have to do it more than I want. Let's see. Oh, I'd like to take a minute to direct you to the Lily Langford Facebook auction page. Excuse me. I have that link up for that. This is a sick little girl. They're doing a silent auction for her for a bunch of things that they've collected and have from autograph things from cons, and Lynn's got books going to be in there, and I think we've got some other stuff that we're sending as well. So that's December 2nd. Lily Langford is a sick little girl and needs everybody's help. So if you've got time, please check that out. There's a GoFundMe page link up on the site as well. So yeah, it's a good season for something like this. Now, since I got Sandy and Ken both sitting in here, I know I have been, Sandy and Ken Thibodeau got me involved with HempWorks about 3 months ago. And for the past few months, it has been wonderful at relieving the pain that I have. Now, if you've watched the show before, if you're a first-time listener, I can tell you some of the pain I've got. I have 3 discs in my back that have naturally fused themselves. I've had a broken neck. I've had both rotator cuffs are torn. I've had 7 knee operations. Because of the knee operations, I have a hip that's giving me problems right now. I broke my wrist New Year's Eve, New Year's Day 2 years ago. All my fingers have been broken. All my toes have been broken. Broke my ankle once. Anything else?
All I can say, Sandy, is it hasn't done anything to help me relieve my pain because he's still here.
Anyway, back to the Southern Horror Queen has joined me tonight. And she, along with me, are both feeling the effects of the weekend with the grandkids.
The grandthugs.
But anyway, everybody asked me, is this just something you're using to try to sell, yada, yada, yada. So I took that into consideration, and yes, it is something that I'm putting out there for people who are in pain because it has worked for me. So in the way that I test things, which is pretty unconventional and stupid a lot of times, I see my buddy Britt Cummins has joined. Brandon Vale has joined. Steve Rhodes has joined. And Steve, you left me with that idiot for the last 2 days. But anyway, getting back to the HempWorks. HempWorks doesn't work for Richard. So last week I wanted to try something, and like I said, I've been taking this HempWorks for three months. So last week I decided I would just quit taking it and see if there was any real effect. Friday night, after being off this stuff all week, I came in, I sat down in my recliner, I looked at Lynn, and I told her I was done. I was actually to the point, it hurt so bad, I really didn't think I could go on anymore. Clint Wallingford has checked in. Thanks, Clint. I felt it was, I cannot tell you how bad I felt. I hurt everywhere. My eyebrows hurt. And I was just ready to give up. I was sitting there talking to my doctor on the computer, finding out if he could get me in Monday, because I just really didn't think I would be able to. I was just hurting too bad, and I'm not a person that takes pills, so I didn't want to go that route. So I wanted to get in and see if there was something he could do. So I got up, I took 5 drops of my HempWorks hemp oil under my tongue Friday night after I came in. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I took 5 more drops, put them under my tongue, went back to bed. I got up about 8 o'clock the next morning. I took 5 more drops, and I can tell you 100% by Saturday evening, all of the pain I had was gone again. Am I right?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anything work like that with the way I hurt?
No, nothing.
I was standing straight up. My attitude got better. I was even joking around, dancing around the house. And I felt like I was back on track, and I have not stopped taking it again. Now, I take five drops 3 times a day. But that's because I'm 6'7", 250 pounds. So Miss Sandy is 5'4", 90 pounds. So it's oh, don't cry, Miss Sandy. This stuff is working great. Now, one of the great things about my son was home over the holidays, and he has a little gout problem. He's got gout, and I was telling him that he needed to try this, and he was worried about, because the oil company that he works for does drug testing, and he was really worried about that. And with the information that I've read on this, HempWorks has no THC in it. So if you have a job that it's legal in all 50 states, you have a job that drug tests, you'll be fine. According to everything I've read, it contains CBD oil, that's what they use. I think the CBD oil comes from the stalk of the hemp plant.
Yes.
Am I right on that? Okay. But don't take my word, don't take my tried and tested word on this. Try it for yourself. If you go to the Whiskey Cars and Cigars page, there's a link up at the top of the page that says Dirty Dog. I see you checking in. That's not what the link says. But the link on there says Learn More. If you click that Learn More tab, it goes to a HempWorks page with my name on it, and you can go through and look for yourself and get all the information on HempWorks that you want. Excuse me. There's going to be a lot of that tonight because this cold is kicking my butt. So try it for yourself. I fixed this, Steve.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
I'm having a hard time convincing him that it's just an everyday cold and not a zombie apocalypse.
It's a zombie apocalypse. Dirty Dog. You had to check out Charlie's show. Okay, Charlie was on another show tonight, so that's fine. I got Dirty Dog Steve Godwin on here, and we're probably going to do a special show in the next few days. I will tag you in a special video that's going on, because I've got to make up something to you, my good friend Dirty Dog Steve Godwin, but we'll talk about that later. But anyway, like I said, click on the page, learn more, find out about HempWorks and how this will make if you've got pain in your life, I cannot tell you how much it has helped me. It's right here. It's hemp oil. They've got it 500 milligram, 750 milligram, and they've got it 250 milligrams for your pets. And I give the 500 milligram to my old German Shepherd, and he's actually moving around a lot better.
He's chasing the mailman again.
All right.
It ain't pretty, but he's doing
it kind of runs all over the place. Now let's get on to a little bit of racing news. Last week, Jeff Biggin, the owner of the ADRL, dropped a bombshell on this show. The people that work for him and his organization didn't even know until I got the bombshell. I got the big drop, the blowout on my show. Jeff Biggin purchased Orangeburg Drag Strip in South Carolina. Here on Whiskey Cars and Cigars, he announced it. They start construction and the renovation of it Monday coming up. And I've had a lot of people that have contacted me about this, and they didn't know about it. There were speculations on other tracks, but it wasn't this particular track. But Jeff broke it here, and I'm kind of excited about that. He was the first big promoter, event company owner that I had on the show. I've had other people on the show, but he was the first really big one that was in this Harlem Shuffle. Had Britt Cummins. Hey, Britt, where's Cole? I hope he's listening. But because racers that win pour it in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even
4 weeks in a row on the fly. Renegade Racing Fuel available here at Performance Metal and Vampire Chassis. So Jeff broke that here, and he told me if you're listening to the show for the next few weeks, we are going to be doing some giveaways on upcoming shows. courtesy of the ADRL and RacerDirect.net. We've got some giveaways. We're going to have some discount codes, some stuff for the holidays that we're going to be doing. So stay tuned. Check it out. Clint Walliford, maybe it's time to start building you another car. We'll have some good prices on parts. So, yeah, you got to listen here to Whiskey, Cars, and Cigars and follow us on Facebook. I'm looking at my notes. I'm trying. It's not running as fast as my eyes are. I'd like to give a big shout out to Renegade Racing Fuel. Whoop, wrong side. This one. I'm looking at it on here, and it's on different sides, and on that camera, it's on the other side, so I'm backwards. Renegade Racing Fuel, available here at Vampire Chassis and Performance Metal Finishes and Independence. Racers that win, pour it in. That's 4 weeks in a row, Cole. I'm on a roll now. I've got it. I do miss Just, though. I had that Just in the middle, and I do miss it. Let's see.
Where's Slate at tonight? Is off.
Slate is at the Gold Club winning, I'm sure.
Oh Lord.
They got. I'm sure they've got.
You don't want every prize you can get at the Gold Club.
I'm sure they've got Barstool races going there tonight.
Clorox don't get it.
Yeah, don't they get everything. Let's see. Ryan Terry is joined. Ryan was one of the racers that was at Dragstock 12 in Rockingham, North Carolina, a couple of weeks ago. Last week, we mentioned the front-engine dragsters that were at Dragstock, and we also mentioned some of their sponsors that we had information on. So I want to say big shout out and thank you to some of those sponsors actually heard the show, listened to it, and called me or messaged me and thanked me for giving them a shout out. So I thought that was really, really cool. Racers are good people. I mean,
So
you know.
you're going to talk about that little bonus thing you got being delivered in the mail?
No,
Okay.
no. I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk about the delivery that's will be probably coming in the mail tomorrow from Tantillo Farms Bakery in New York because Dirty Dog Steve Godwin is going to get the pictures of that.
Okay.
But he did see the video. He sent the picture. Tracy Morgan, what this?
Oh, yeah.
So Godwin knows that the donuts are coming, yeah. And I asked Lynn if she could get a couple of her friends to come over, and I was going to sit in my recliner and have them break the donuts up and feed to me. See, I want to film that so I can send that to you, Godwin.
Just remember, folks, February's coming. It's king cake season down here in the South.
Now, a lot of people up north don't know what a king cake is.
I know. I remember sending one to Maryland to those clients, and they said coffee cake. I'm like, oh no.
No, this is a king cake.
Yeah.
But look, I would also like to, since I mentioned those other sponsors, I'd also like people that have helped us. Steve Godwin just chimed in and said he wants a king cake. So we'll put you on the list. In fact, that's what we'll do. February is king cake season. So everybody who is listening to the show, following the show, liking the show, send me a message that says, register me for king cake. Charlie Benson, I see joined the show. I guess he got off the other show that he was on that the Dirty Dog called and told me that Charlie Benson's on another show. But hey, I'm not going to say anything about that because I'm happy that he's here now. But anyway, if you jump on the message me, register king cake. And I will put your name in a hat, and I will have Lynn draw the name out of the hat.
We'll get a
in January, yeah.
We'll send a Randazzo's king cake.
You want to send a Randazzo's? You want to send Paul's pastry?
I will.
Okay. All right, Randazzo's. Sounds good. Charlie Benson is laughing. That's good. But I talked about other company sponsors, and I want to mention some other people. Renegade Racing Fuel, K&N Oil Filters, Dragster Supply, Amelie Oil, D&M Graphics, Mike Cigar, Surreal Studios, and our new sponsor, Naked Wines. We've got some of these guys are posting things that are making me laugh. So we've got this going on, but also a lot of this wouldn't have been possible without the unbelievable support for my friend Britt Cummins and Cummins Motorsports. These guys have really been great at helping me and working with me a little bit. And we have, in fact, Britt wanted me to go to Redemption
while the Grand
Thugs were here, and I wish I would have gone because I wouldn't be this sick right now.
I went with him.
I'm telling you. Oh, I see Rafaela Tantillo Benson.
Yeah, we're going to send her a king cake.
Yeah, she's got a king cake. You don't even need to put your name on the list. We'll send you an official Louisiana Randazzo's king cake, Mardi Gras king cake. She probably makes them at her bakery in Gardner, New York. It's over 100 years old.
Yeah, and so's Randazzo's.
yeah, so's Randazzo's.
She can compare the culture. I like Britt Cummings too. He's like one of the first friends of yours that I met that didn't try to cower behind you when I was having
I know.
Shake his hand.
Yeah, Britt's a good guy. Britt's a real good guy. Britt is a great guy.
The rest of them kind of stare at me from behind you.
Yeah, I know. And we've got some new sponsors that are coming on next week. So I'm excited about that. We got a lot of stuff going on. And then I've got some deals working on where we're going to be doing broadcast at ADRL events next year that we're going to be attending. We're also going to be doing some broadcasts there.
Do they know I'm coming?
They do know you're coming. Okay. They are scared. But, you know, I told them I got that under control.
You're going to medicate me?
Yes. I have talked to some of the tracks in the local areas that want me to come in on their test and tune nights and do some broadcast and some interviews and things like that. So that's something that we've got going on. My buddy who has Sports Insider show directly after this one, Mr. Glenn Spillman, also has Sports Insider magazine, online magazine. So we have some articles that I have written that have been supervised and edited by Lynn, the author.
And the Grammar Nazi.
And the Grammar Nazi. But I did pretty good, huh?
You did. I got to give you kudos.
I can think.
Coming around.
Yeah, I've read so many of your books, I'm learning how to write better now.
There was no blood in more than.
Well, yeah, I know. But we've got some interesting articles coming out in that, and that I'll have the links up to that. I want you to check those out. So 2018 is shaping up a pretty good year. I almost forgot our little buddy Cammie Roback.
Yeah.
She's one of our little con family that she was on NCIS New Orleans the other night.
No, that's right.
She was one of the little
walk-on. She had on a walk.
No, she was.
Yeah,
I think so. She had. Spell check does wonders. You know, it's not the spell check, Steve, that I need help with. It's words. The way a word sounds and the way I say it or the meaning I have for it are two very different things.
It's a whole other language, Steve.
I combine words.
Yeah.
Like sometimes two or three to make one really outstanding word, like reticopoptitude.
You are so special.
I got a cold and I'm on Benadryl. I'm on Benadryl.
No, every day, folks. Every day. Every breath. It ain't the drugs.
Yeah, man, I tell you. Oh,
wait till y'all see him twerk. Oh, that's a treat.
All right. You're just killing me. We did have Redemption 9 last week. That was in Evadale, Texas. Like I said, Britt Cummins and I think Slate and Gold went with that as well.
Didn't they do pretty well?
They didn't race in that. That's that No Prep Series race. They don't race. Cummins Motorsports Britt is there in a promotions capacity.
That's right.
And I really like that series. That No Prep Series is really – between the nostalgia, the front engine, the gassers, the No Prep Series, those are taking drag racing back and kind of away from a lot of the corporate structure that you see, the commercialized. So it's everything has its place, and I think everything goes in circles. So I think this circle is coming around right now. It'll probably last 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
And then something else. But
horror writers driving monster trucks, right?
Yeah,
Steve?
horror writers driving monster trucks. But Brent Cummins actually sent me a video from that, and he was driving. I don't know if it was Birdman's fastest truck in. Remember, I showed you the video.
Yeah.
Brent was driving the truck.
Yeah.
I think that's the truck that won Redemption.
Oh.
So yeah, that was pretty cool. My family came to town. My daughter. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Oh, that was rough. My daughter came to town with my son and my son's girlfriend, Jamie, and my son-in-law, Chris, and my grandkids, Damon and Piper, and basically infected me with this cold. Oh, I'm trying. I'm trying.
You are the Walking Dead.
I am the Walking Dead right now. Oh.
Now, why does it always work when the man has the cold?
Because,
I don't understand. It's the same cold, I'm quite certain.
Yes, but our threshold for cold pain is, Steve, I was looking at Dirty Dog. I was looking at the moonshine. I see Lori and Ronnie and Lori Owens have joined. My buddy Glenn Spillman has checked in. I've got Benadryl in me, and I'm really kind of scared to take the moonshine with the Benadryl. It would probably work, but I'm staying with the coffee, and I've got a fever right now, so I'm dying. But I was going to not do the show, but show must go on, sick or not.
That's right.
So I had to do it. I've got loyal people that listen every week, and I just didn't want to be the only crazy one out there. I needed help. Yeah, so that was kind of cool. That was my granddaughter's almost 2, and that's the first time I've ever seen her.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen her. Yeah, she was. She was funny.
Cute kids.
She was fearless.
Yeah.
She ran right. One of my dogs, a lab, was snarling and teeth and everything. She ran right over to him. Right over to her. Let's see. The Godfather, Barry Nicholson, dropped off some wheels week before last here at the shop for me to powder coat for his new car.
I saw those go out. Those look really good.
They did look good. And I haven't heard back from him, and I saw that he joined the page, so I assumed he liked them.
Yeah.
Barry had a bad crash in his Camaro a few months ago. But he had his new car here in the trailer on the way to the paint shop. So he doesn't seem to be slowing down a bit. Man, he's one of those no prep racers. So
didn't upset him, but just
big motors. I think he had a 700-something cubic inch motor with lots of nitrous.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure he's a little heartbroken at first after the wreck, but then the next thing that went through his mind was a new car. So
bigger.
Yeah. New car, bigger, better, faster.
Yeah. So so he should be running up and down the road pretty quick. Really nice guy too. Has a son with him. His son is a junior dragster driver.
Cool.
Yeah. So let's see. I think you can catch him on Street Outlaws New Orleans.
Google it.
Yeah, he's on one of those TV shows. And I think he just signed a new contract. A real trooper. Thank you, Ken. Oh. It's cold. The cold's much worse. It is so bad it makes the women in their life hurt too. Well, she's sick as well because my grandkids don't discriminate. They gave it to both of us.
All right.
Let's see. Lori and Ronnie Owens said happy birthday. They missed you yesterday.
Thank you.
Sorry they missed you.
31 again.
They worked on the rat rod all day. 31 again. Again and again. So I gave the shout out to Cammie Roebuck and the Roebuck family.
Yes.
This weekend coming up is Tallahassee Comic Con, December 2nd and 3rd in Tallahassee. We didn't get invited to that one.
No.
but bunch of our friends did.
Yeah.
Chris Heskey's going to be there. And today I was sitting in the shop with Richard, and I got a message on my phone, and it was looked like a 64, 65 Ford Falcon picture, and the caption on it was, "This is what I'm driving today." And I looked down, and it was from Chris Heskey, who was in Logan and Jack Reacher 2 and a bunch of other movies, but Heskey was in Independence filming. So I jumped in the truck, and I drove out to where they were filming at. It was a closed set. I couldn't get on the scene. But he called me back later. He was headed to he got done there, and then he was headed back to I think the movie that they're working on is called Green Book. Seems like it was something like that. Green
Is that
Green
the
Book.
same one they're filming in Bogaloo as well?
I do not know. I do not know that. But anyway, Tallahassee Comic-Con this weekend, Tallahassee, Florida, December 2nd and 3rd. Chris Heskey will be there. Wrestler Greg the Hammer Valentine will be there. Ernie Reyes Jr. will be there, action star. My buddy John Anderson from Guardians of the Galaxy 2 will be there. He's the kicker of the baby group.
I love John. He's awesome.
He's a good guy. And there's a bunch of other guests. To be honest with you, I just felt so bad. I didn't feel like writing them all down. But yeah, if you get out there, if you're at Tallahassee Comic-Con, be sure and find Chris Heskey. He's a bald-headed guy with like 29 kids.
And then go find Mike Inslee and ask him where the Adrian's Fury Dragster's at.
That's Pensacon. That's February.
Oh,
I'm talking about Tallahassee Comic-Con.
That was Brian. Can't remember.
Brian something.
With a V.
I don't know.
Yes.
So let's see. We don't have any events in December, but I do think we've got a car show coming up.
Where?
I don't know. I've got to find out. I dropped the Twitter cam, the Periscope cam. I always do it. Last week I did not do it at all.
That means twice.
So that means I'm gonna do it twice tonight. But yeah, I don't remember where it is. I want to say maybe Dental Springs. Hopefully next season, Glenn. Hopefully next season. Trey Michael Richard. See, some people call that Richard, but since he's down here in Louisiana, it's Richard.
Richard.
I don't know. Make a hot toddy, but I don't know about a hot toddy. Would you make me another cup of coffee?
I want to raise. Why do I have to work when I'm sick?
Because I'm sick and I'm working. But anyway, we've got that coming up. I got a bunch of work done on the dragster this week so far, as bad as I felt. And I even made a few changes Sunday. I got a bunch of Zeus fasteners adjusted on the car. And I got to tell you, that's a pain in the butt. Had the little tool, but we're adding a halon system to the front of the car. And we're putting the halon system, which is a fire extinguisher, a gas fire extinguisher, putting that in the coffin on the front of the car. So I'm having to make some bracketry in there. Had to make some different bracketry for the battery mounts. I had to move that around a little bit. But I will tell you that Braille battery is unbelievable. They're small, they're compact, they're lightweight, and they are loaded with power. I did have on the Johnny Blender Show page, what is his name? What is Faye? Hey, Britt, are you still listening? You still on there, Britt? Cole's girlfriend's father. He just won the NHRA the NHRA sportsman class, super comp class. Faye, I can't remember what his last name is, but I've got listed on there. He's got the motor that he won that with on for sale. I've got a link on that where he's got that motor for sale. I just cannot remember his last name. It is a hard name. I feel too bad to remember it. But that's kind of cool. Steve, you saw that Charlie Benson had left the other show and was back on here now, so following us. So that's a good thing. And his wife is the cookie queen or the donut queen. Let's see. I want to give a shout. Yeah, I had a little list here of people I wanted to give a shout out to, but Dirty Dog, Charlie Benson, Ken Thibodeau. I have Ken's wife Sandy. I've already talked to all of them. Shouted out to all of them. Michael Zachariah. Kind of like that name. I think that's Zachariah. Oh, thank you for joining. But like I said, if you're just tuning in, Bailey Troscare has joined. If you're just tuning in, you want to be in our contest for a free Randazzo's King Cake that we'll be sending out in January. Go to the Whiskey Cars and Cigars page and just send a message that says enter King Cake. And your name is in the drawing for the King Cake. We'll do that in January, because that's when Mardi Gras season starts and they start making king cakes. Excuse me again. Let's see. Huh?
For all you folks that don't know, don't bite the baby.
Yeah, don't bite the baby. Let's see. Jesse Holmes, Uncle Jesse, Southern Outlaw Gassers, has just sent me his update for GBO7. It is set for March 10th, 2018 in Atmore, Alabama, at Atmore Raceway. I just got more thumbs up. It wasn't Josh TKO Turner. But Uncle Jesse's got GBO7 going to be at Atmore, Alabama, March 10th, and we'll be covering that and doing the build up to it. And I think we even have that on our schedule for us being there. Right. Huh?
Brittany said they were going to bring the brain bugs.
Johnny Jordan, Cottonwood Dragway, is sending me his information for Southeast Gassers events. They have two, and I think we're trying to pencil one of those in for 2018. I think one of them I'm still not old enough to race in. You got to be 55 to get in it.
You're getting there.
Yeah. So I'm looking at a event that I'm covering now for 2 years. The third year I talk about it, I'll be old enough to race in it. You did that one. Lynn, drop the Periscope cam. The Benadryl and the coffee are working wonders. So I'll keep everyone up to date on Johnny Jordan's event at Cottonwood as soon as I get some more information on it. You know what I was looking for? I was looking for the World of Wheels. They always had that in New Orleans.
Right.
Can't find it. Can't find it.
Something might have went down since Mercedes-Benz bought the Superdome.
Mercedes-Benz on Superdome for 15 years, Lynn. They had World of Wheels 2 years ago.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we weren't there, so I don't remember.
So I've got to figure out what happened to the World of Wheels. I wanted to try to get there. I'm going to start picking up some trophies for the dragster in car shows. So, guys, let me know if there's any car shows coming up. I want to get into them. Get the Fury Dragster entered into a few. Let's see. I touched base last week with Bill Gibson, the owner, and Christine. He's the owner, Christine. He was doing well. He said that he was happy to hear from me. He was at his mother's in Sarasota, Florida, and he said he'd be back and get in touch with me when he gets back to Pensacola.
I like him.
I like Bill. Bill was really good businessman. Just really, I liked him.
Nice guy.
Oh, my pleasure, Michael. Thank you. Michael Zachariah said thank you, so I was just thanking him back.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh man, here I go again. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that, folks.
Y'all are all going to be sick.
Y'all are all going to be sick. Y'all are exposed to it. But I just did not want to do the show tonight. As bad as I feel, I still wanted to do it. I got Eli McGee's checked in.
You know, that's the first sign of the apocalypse, right?
What, Eli McGee checking in?
No.
I get the code and Eli checking in?
Yeah.
Oh man, that
It's
was
happening.
brutal. It's happening.
It's time to board up the window.
Lynn Ellison. Thank you, Eli. Thank you so much. Lynn Ellison is the top dragster world champion, and I've got a link on my page where the engine that's in that car is on my page for sale.
Will it fit in Jezebel?
No.
Oh.
Steve Godwin, check out Chris Klein on Facebook. He is one of my friends. He has the Christine Blown Pro Mod. Oh, okay. Well, Bill Gibson actually has the movie car, the car. And at the last event we were at in Kentucky, it was 60 years since it came off the assembly line. 50 years.
I think 60.
60 years since it came off. They did a birthday party for her.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. There was cake and everything. And you know me, I like cake. Lynn Ellison, that's who it is.
Yeah. How could you forget that?
Because I got a cold and I feel bad. And I'm not having any cigars or moonshine. I'm drinking coffee and Benadryl. Oh, that ain't good. Don't forget the Southland Drag Reunion show Saturday in Houma. That's right. Eli McGee, there is the Southland Dragway Reunion. That is in Houma next Saturday. They're having a car show. What else are they having, Eli? Are they having a swap meet, or are they doing a charity benefit for anything? What do you got? Eli's pretty good. I mean, Eli's sitting here keeping me on my toes.
What do you want to enter? Well, we may have to do the memorial thing up the street.
That's true. That's true. I forgot about that. Come on, Eli. Tell me something.
You can make a short appearance and go over there if you want to enter the dragster and car show.
Where is Houma? Isn't that down past La Place?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's you go over the bridge past Norco.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
Norco.
Second, just a car show. Okay. All right. So yeah, that'll be something, and I'll get some. Eli, send me that flyer, and I'll put that up on the page if it's not already on there. I think I put it up, but just make sure I've got that.
And if Johnny hasn't dropped dead from the cold by then,
we might come down there if I can get this cold to stop.
I'm making him take his hemp on, Miss Sandy.
Yeah, but the hemp oil, I can tell you, I don't hurt anywhere. But I don't know if the hemp oil's having anything to do with the cold.
It does.
Does it?
Yes, it does have effect on helping with colds and viruses and other things that build your body's defenses up. Didn't you read your own link?
Yeah, I read some of it.
It's like directions. You look at the pictures, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. My next wife is going to be so much nicer than you. That's fine.
Steve Godwin, Dirty Dog, has sent a link. I'll check that when I get through it. Lynn may drop that little periscope camera again. Let's see. It's just been 2017 has been a pretty good year. We've had a lot of events that we've attended. We've gone to a lot of cons. We've put a lot of miles on the truck.
Yeah.
We've met some really cool people. We've met some really great people in the racing world. So yeah, we've had a pretty blessed year.
Yeah,
I got a message by saying blessed year. I got a message from somebody the other day that asked me, why don't I talk about politics and religion on the show? And my answer is, that's not what I do. I don't care about politics and I don't care about religion. I care about both of them, but I just don't talk about them on my show. Because this is the last thing I want to hear.
If somebody wants to be offended, they can watch my show.
You can watch Lynn's show Monday nights. Somebody sent me a thing that said, why do you not have anything up other than, because I had been sitting in front of that window, just the one blind behind you. And I told the guy, I said, well, because all the people that listen to me on the radio haven't said a word about what's on behind me. The only people that said anything about the thing behind me was him watching it on Facebook.
Well, you just sit in my spot and have a gargoyle behind you.
Yeah, well, I've got a gargoyle in front of me, but I don't want one behind me.
Okay.
So what else? Well, you got anything you want to talk about? Oh, you've got some book deals We've got some Christmas book specials going on right now.
I do. I know all you guys.
Joe Savino's just checked in. That's the boss at Arm Radio. And Joe, I got to tell you, I turned the lights down a little bit on me, but I got a cold. I feel like crap, but the show must go on, so I'm sucking it up, and I'm here. I could have begged Jimmy to play another show, but I said, nope, the people that listen to the show and watch it, I go be there for them. And I'm actually pretty glad I did. I had some pretty cool people on here tonight.
Book deals.
Book deals. Christmas
shopping.
Christmas shopping.
These are the last of the second edition Adrian Trilogy series books. There will be no more. So these will be collector's items. You can buy one. I'll give you some special pricing on it. But if you buy the entire trilogy, I'm going to give you a T-shirt with the deal. And I'm going to throw in $100 Naked Wines gift card for you to either pass on to somebody else as a gift or hang on to it for yourself like I would do. Also, same thing with Short and Gory. That is my PG-13 book. I don't write any softer than that, and I've heard I've failed terribly at PG-13. However, book and T-shirt special pricing along with a $100 Naked Wine gift card. And Wicked Truth, I don't have a T-shirt for it yet, but that is one hell of a read. If you have somebody that is an avid reader and they like the Dan Brown Da Vinci Code. Yeah, Da Vinci Code, apocalyptic, with a little peppering of macabre horror. That is a very good read. I've got a priest reading that book. Yeah. I haven't heard from him. In fact, he won't return my calls. So you may have killed my relationship with a priest. Wow. I'm glad I'm not Catholic, but still, he was a good guy. Well, hey, if he was offended, then there's some truth to what was in that. I can understand that. No. I can understand that. So let's see. We've got that. We've got some specials coming up from RacersDirect.net. That's going to be happening. We've got some stuff coming in from the ADRL that's going to be giveaways for just in time for Christmas. We've got, like I said, if you go to message me, King Cake, your name will be registered in our King Cake giveaway in January. And we may do a few of those. It's going to be a Randazzo's King Cake. Yeah. We'll ship that to wherever you are. Yep. Let's see, what else? I've got 9 more minutes to kill. You don't get no better than Randazzo's. Randazzo's is great. Those are some great King Cakes. I feel absolutely terrible. But I've done pretty good. I've made it through most of the show. You have. Have I left out anyone? I don't think so. Do we have any happy birthdays? I don't know. I don't. I sent out some happy birthdays on my computer this morning. Yeah. And it was at 3 o'clock. I don't even remember who it was. I know. But you see my snappy new shirts, big joke. You see my snappy new shirt. We got the whiskey cars and cigars on this side. It messes me up because this hand is on this side of my shirt on that camera, but it's on that side of my shirt on that camera. You were messed up a long time before you sit in front of the camera. And then I got Renegade Racing Fuel right here. Racers that win, pour it in. I got the Renegade logo cold now. Slogan. Yes. Cold. Okay. Thanks to Cole Cummins, who corrected me and said, you hadn't got that thing in 2 months. You hadn't said it right yet. So I took it to heart. That was before he went out to California. I need Cole's phone number so I can get him to help you take a few of the things to heart. I have Cole have a few talks with you. Well, everybody, don't forget that you can listen to the Southern Horror Queen Monday nights at 7 Central Time, 8 Eastern Time, here on Armed Radio and TuneIn Satellite. And then there's a bunch of other shows every night of the week. Definitely tune in Monday night. I'm fixing to kick off it's going to be a 2 or 3 part series on Ed and Lorraine Warren. I think people can hear me. I got a big mouth. If you don't know who Ed and Lorraine Warren were, they were like the original paranormal investigators that were even sanctioned by the Catholic Church. And they did some of the most famous investigations, and a lot of those investigations have turned into blockbuster movies, and they're strictly based off of their case files and the documentation from their investigations, like The Conjuring, the Amityville Horror, and the list goes on. There were well over 10,000 cases that they investigated, but we're fixing to start a little series on that, so it'll be very interesting. So tune in for the next few Monday nights.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then let's see, we've got my buddy, the Money Man, Mike Darrow, and Kathy Gumbiner on Tuesday nights.
I love Kathy.
Kathy's cool.
Yes.
Mike's cool.
Yeah, I don't know Mike.
Mike's cool.
Well.
Mike was the youngest professional basketball team owner.
Now, see, I know things about Mike.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
And he's got Money Round Boxing and other things. MMA fighting.
Yeah.
He's got a bunch of stuff.
MMA.
And then let's see, Wednesday night we have me. We got Glenn Spillman. We got Glenn Spillman and Sean Taylor on Friday night, Solo 13 Films. We got The Boss, Night Talk with Joe Rocks on Thursday nights at 10 Eastern Time.
Speaking of offensive.
Yes, we got Pod Talk with Politically Offensive Talk with Jimmy and Paul. That's on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
I don't know. Matt Hazley's not on anymore, is he?
Not right now. He's still recuperating.
He's still recuperating from surgery.
Man, this is gonna be a good show for Jimmy and Paul tomorrow night.
I'm not a political guy, but I've got to listen to Jimmy and Paul show tomorrow night with everything that's happened today.
Yeah, I like Jimmy's viewpoint. Just straight up tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, Jimmy's especially if you're a liberal person, Jimmy's viewpoint is just perfect for you. It's to the point.
Yeah. I love Jimmy.
Like a guillotine, to the point.
I'm a liberal.
Huh?
I'm a liberal.
I know you are. You're totally liberal.
Right.
When it comes to environment.
Oh, well, that was my producer, Jimmy Bell. He just checked in, and he has the show. Him and Paul Daniels have the show tomorrow night, Pod Talk. So please tune in and catch them.
And he's serious. He does all of his research. Every time
Oh, yeah, Jimmy's-
he's got the news blaring in the background. He's following
He's
everything.
following it. I like him. He does a great job keeping me in line. He's kind of been my safety blanket there tonight because of this cold. Hey, Jimmy, but I got 5 minutes left. I'm done, dude. I just can't do anymore.
All right, give me a minute.
All right, see if you can get me some music going out. I can do something. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and bearing with me tonight with this cold. I promise I will be well next week.
Yeah.
Physically, yeah. I don't know about mentally. But we'll have a bunch of new racing news. We'll have some of those giveaways coming in from racerdirect.net. The ADRL lens stuff. We're going to have, let's see, some Mike cigar stuff to give away. We're going to have some Kentucky Gentleman cigars to give away. We got a lot of stuff coming on the next few weeks.
Awesome.
I love giving stuff away around Christmas.
I need some Kentucky Gentleman cigars.
We're going to have some Kentucky Gentleman cigars.
I need some.
How many do you need?
I at least want one for me.
Oh, for you. I thought you meant to give out.
No,
Oh.
I'm being selfish. I want one.
Thank you.
I like all the moonshine ones.
The Moonshine cigars from Kentucky Gentlemen are awesome. They've got
All
peach.
right, you all set.
All right, buddy. Thanks again, everybody. Jimmy got me taken care of. So everybody have a great night. Thank you for bearing with me with this cold. And I will see you next week. Don't forget to send your messages to King Cake for the giveaway. Sorry about that, Periscope. I'll get rid of you first. Stop broadcast.
User left your channel.
Oh.